Hi, good evening. Yep, it's my weekly Facebook Live again. It's just that recently the schedule has been slightly adjusted, okay, depending of our heavy schedule and also a lot of like traveling happening. Right, it's supposed to be on Wednesday, right? But tonight, okay, somehow this week itself, I have to actually do it on a Thursday because yesterday was extremely busy throughout the day itself, okay? So by the time it's night time, I really need to take a break, okay, instead of like doing a Facebook Live. So let me just see here, okay, whether the live is really going on anywhere, anyone tuning in right now, okay? How is the feedback, okay, whether you can see me clearly or can hear me clearly, do let me know. All right, I know it's not, okay, I would say not the normal, okay, not the normal hour and day. So hopefully some of you will be there. Hi, Saman Zaidi. Hi, thank you for being there. Right, I saw that you posted your comment, okay, that you saw some very beautiful cloud formation as well, okay, if I'm not mistaken, from Singapore to Malaysia or something like that, okay, good for you, very, very, very good, right? So probably I can actually share, okay, more about that, okay, later on as well, okay. So meanwhile, okay, those of you who are following, okay, on tonight's session itself, tonight's session will be on wealth elevation know-how. Now, tonight's topic, it is actually catered to some of my students, in fact quite a number of my students who actually sign up for this weekend's workshop, right? But yet it's like most of them actually don't really understand, okay, or don't really know what they have signed up for. Yeah, we actually have quite a number of like these issues, okay, with my workshop, okay, right? Students just sign up, then after that they were asking me actually what this workshop is all about. So I was thinking maybe it's good for me to explain it, all right, on a Facebook Live session, so that even though it's like many of you has actually signed up, all right, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, about 100 of you have signed up, okay, for this weekend session. So yeah, this weekend session is all about elevations of wealth, okay, right? Elevate Your Wealth Workshop 2022. I have done this workshop before last year. I think about like 100 over or 200, I've forgotten the exact number, okay, of you who already signed up, and this is the second edition, okay, of Elevating Your Wealth. So those of you who sign up, this session is for you to understand what are the tools that I'll be using for this weekend, right? Why is it used, all right? And of course, look into the matter of wealth lab, okay? It's not a money talk, okay? So the whole workshop itself is all relating to like wealth elevation. How can we actually work towards our energy ascension so that we can, in a way, master more success in life itself? All right, so someone's ID. Hi, Amy. Okay, Amy Wong. Okay, hello. All right, thank you. Okay, for tuning in. For those of you who have just tuned in, tonight's session itself, yeah, okay, I have to impromptu do it on a Thursday night because last night I was busy. And tonight's session will be all about this weekend workshop, okay, Elevate Your Wealth. What are the tools that I'll be using? Okay, why is it like important? How it can actually help you using some of the Chinese astrology too. And of course, it's like wealth elevation. Okay, how and why is it important for us to do so? So hi Shuk Yi, okay, for those of you, if you can, I will appreciate if you can actually help me to like and share this particular feed out so that it can actually reach out to more people. All right, and some of you also stay tuned, okay, if you have been asking about the star equilibrium pendant, right, at the end of this session itself, right, okay, I'll be sharing with you, in the way we'll be launching from today onwards, we'll be launching another batch of star equilibrium pendant, okay, for collections after the mid of August, after 20th of August, okay, so stay tuned for that as well if you want to actually get yours. We have limited stock. In fact, for this batch itself, right, pre-launch before it was launched, okay, if I'm not mistaken, over I think about like 15 of them has been taken up, okay, it has been bought, okay, without me actually in a way launching it. So if you really want to get a hold, okay, of this particular pendant itself, stay tuned towards the end of the session because we do have limited stock. All right, so hi Elena Chiu, okay, nice to see you here. All right, I just want to shout out to, like, I see my students here, okay, I see Amy Wong, because due to my schedule and all that, okay, I don't really have time to look into each and every individual of your Facebook, okay, whatever that you're doing. But I do see, Amy, I currently see that you're quite active on your social media. I see a lot of videos that you are sharing, okay. I have not really looked into it into detail, all right, but I would say that thumbs up, good, all right, continue doing whatever that you're doing, all right, do it even more. as for Elena, okay, I'm not sure whether you've been working on it, of all the tools and the skills that you have learned, all right? I am anticipating that. I'm looking forward for you to actually start that. I'm not sure whether Chong Mei Yong is here. If I'm not mistaken, she might be in Kundasang or somewhere near the Mount Kinabalu with her family. That's very good. I just want to shout out to you, Mei Yong. Okay, I am very proud of you, of all the things that you've been doing. Okay, sharing your energy, in a way, platform and all those things. Okay, with people on a weekly basis. So if you're my student, I will really, in a way, encourage you, especially from this year onwards, okay? These are the things that I really want you, despite, okay, coming for the class itself, do really consider using all the knowledge and information, okay, that you have harnessed and start something on your own. Grow yourself. And that is the purpose of, like, in a way, astrology. You have to first ascend your own energy before you can actually help others to actually ascend theirs, okay? MD Tay, you're asking, can consider sending over to Singapore customers for the pendant. Now, the last batch, when I went to Singapore in May, we brought some pendants over, okay? But if you ask us to deliver over, I'm afraid that we can't do so because it's gold, and of course there are risks to it, and also most importantly is like the courier services, they do not accept, okay, us in a way sending over gold pendants. All right, so if you're from Singapore, you can purchase the pendants. We can bless it first, okay, and you have to wait until probably you might be coming to Malaysia, some of your friends might be coming to Malaysia to collect on your behalf, or if not, you have to wait until I go to Singapore and I'll bring it down to you. Right, now let's bring out the slides, okay? So again, those of you who have just joined me, okay, now, please do help me to share this session out so that it can reach out to more people, especially if you know that people have actually signed up for Elevate Your Wealth Masterclass, which is happening this Saturday onwards, all right? So this 3-day masterclass itself, today I'm going to share with you, all right, some of the content, the purpose of this masterclass, why is it important, okay? And what are the Chinese astrology tools that I'll be using, okay? So that at least those of you who have signed up and you've been asking my team, actually, what is the Elevate Your Wealth Masterclass is all about? After you sign up, yep, I know, because it's like somehow when I just throw out my class, I'm very grateful that people just sign up for it without really understanding more into it. So due to this feedback itself, I thought that I would throw tonight's session itself to share with all of you what exactly Elevate Your Wealth Masterclass is. In case you're one of those, about like 100 of them who have signed up, okay, you know what to expect and what to prepare yourself with, okay, for this weekend. All right, now first of all, in this particular masterclass itself, right, okay, we're going to dwell into looking into your parcel chart, your Chinese astrology chart, to demarcate 3 factors in life itself, okay? And that 3 factor is, of course, our conscious mind, our subconscious, and our unconscious or superconscious mind. Now, probably some of you have actually seen, okay, or heard, hi, Ice, okay, no virus, all right, hello, thanks for dropping your greetings there. Okay, so probably, oh, by the way, Ice, right, okay, in case Mr. Lim is there, okay, Serious Bright there. After this particular session, okay, we'll do a Zoom call, okay, so we have some discussion, right, okay, going on after this particular Facebook Live session. Okay, anyway, so on this particular Elevate Your Wealth, okay, masterclass itself, we will be looking into your Chinese astrology chart itself, okay, to demarcate the different segment, how to actually look into our conscious level, subconscious level, and our unconscious level. As some of you know, if you're practitioners, right, our unconscious level are also the, in a way, most important element in our chart, okay? Probably some of you already know it, that this is the part that we have to see in all our hidden stamps from our chart itself. But of course, the key to it is, okay, right, whatever, I would say, elevations of energy, which is in a way, right, suppressed or buried in the hidden stamps itself, it tells us the level of consciousness the person have that comes together with their natal chart. All right, so for those of you who are new into Chinese astrology, probably you'll find that this part itself will be a bit confusing. But always just remember that from your parcel chart, there are always ways to see these 3 levels: our conscious level, subconscious level, and also our unconscious, which can also be our superconscious, the most powerful part. That's why you see a lot of people nowadays, they go into deep meditations. They go into like finding the answers, okay, to their soul, to their life purpose and all that, okay, within their subconscious mind. That's why they meditate to get this answer, all right, the knowing mind, the know-it-all thing, all right? So from a parcel chart, right, this particular, in a way, level itself can be also be seen from one's parcel chart. So in this Elevate Your Wealth Masterclass itself, this is something that we will be looking into. Because if you don't understand how the phases of this chart works, if you don't understand the layers of the chart work, you cannot elevate your energy. So you need to know from the outer layer to the middle layer to the deepest, most, in a way, buried layer of our parts chart. We need to understand it. We need to know it because that is our own truth. That is our own reality. We need to know who we are in the first place. What are our blockages? What are the things that is stopping us from moving forward, from, in a way, arising or ascension of our energy to make us better, okay, to grow us, or eventually, I would just say is that, in a way, for us to be successful in life. Okay, so that is one of the things that we'll be covering. And of course, okay, we'll be covering, of course, the 3 steps of breakthroughs to success. Now, this weekend class itself, okay, I'll be focusing more on the 3rd step, okay? The 1st and the 2nd steps are all breakthrough classes. So normally you come to any of my breakthrough classes, okay, it's all about, in a way, empowerment, okay? It's all about power, focus, and strategies. These are the 3, I would say, major steps of breakthroughs, okay, to life or success or whatever aspect that we're looking in. These 3 things is important. So from a parcel chart, right, okay, we need to curate it, okay, to different workshops, okay, in order for us to focus on these 3 levels of breakthrough. And of course, this particular weekend masterclass itself, okay, why is it called masterclass? Because it will be focusing more on the strategy part, all right? And the strategy part here is all about our approach into life, our decisions, and also our actions that we take, all right? The first 2 part is the power of our mental states, our emotion, okay? And the focus here is our belief and also the story that we tell ourselves, the empowering or the limiting stories that we are telling ourselves, okay? So we will explain about these 3 steps, okay, and how to actually, in a way, empower ourselves, in a way, strong enough, okay, to execute the strategies. Now, not everyone can execute strategies. That's why when I sell this class earlier on, okay, for those of you who sign up, I specifically mentioned, okay, this Elevate Your Wealth Masterclass are for those who are ready, right? If you are not ready, okay, if you still have a lot of fear, a lot of worries within you, this is not the class for you, okay? For those of you who are signed up, if you're a business owner, okay, if you are a career person, now, career and a job is different now, okay? So you have to, in a way, be very clear. If you're merely living a life, okay, in a way, attending to a job, this is not the class for you. Now, career means that you see there are potential of growth. Your career is like your own business in this big corporation, okay? Because you see future, you see potential of growth, and you know where you are getting into in the near future or the coming years itself, okay? That is having a career. Having a job means day in, day out, okay? You just do repetitive work, okay? You have no vision. In a way, you don't see your future. You just hang on to something that hopefully it continues to pace you until it actually decided not to, and you have to look for another job. So there's a difference to it. So this particular workshop itself, okay, we will look into the strategies part for people who are ready, right? If you're ready, it means that, okay, you have in a way break through all the fears, all the limitations of beliefs and the stories that you've been telling yourself, okay? You have the right mindset and you can, in a way, manage your emotion. Then we focus on the strategy part. Imagine, this is in a way how astrology works. Because it's like a lot of time people thought that come to a class, okay, we will be giving you that magic key thing. Just give me some magic thing so that eventually after the class, right, everything in my life will change and suddenly my wealth will be elevated. It won't happen that way, all right? So when you come to the class, we will give you the information, and for this particular class, only for people who are ready. Because if you're not ready, you're living a life in reaction, okay? Everything is 兵來將擋, you call it. People attack, you react. People attack, you react. So there's no strategy that you can deploy, okay? So this particular masterclass itself is all about strategic, in a way, allocations, deployment. So therefore, it is focusing on the 3rd part, okay? For those of you who sign up, okay, this is for you to know. It's all about your approach, okay? The decisions that you have to, in a way, focus on, and especially the action. What type of action, okay, that you need to learn based on your own chart itself, okay? When you need to deploy different strategy and different action. So you also learn, okay, throughout the years itself. Up to the upcoming years, okay, how to actually, in a way, deploy different strategies and different actions, okay, in terms of your career or also your business. So this particular masterclass is also not suitable if you're a housewife, because you have nothing to actually, in a way, work on, unless it's like you are living in a family where, okay, you need to strategically, in a way, deploy actions, okay, and decisions in order for you to harness more wealth, which is a family wealth, okay, right? Unless that's the case, if not, this is also not the workshop for you, okay? And then, of course, in the workshop, we'll also talk about, okay, of course, the money in the world. We'll talk about the mindset. As I say here, power, focus, strategies. The mental state, the mindset is very important. So, of course, here I want to share with you, a lot of time, right, people have this mindset as in like, okay, right, people have this belief, even up to now, okay, I hear people say that, 食幾多,着幾多,注定啊. You know, in Chinese it says that, okay, how much you eat, how much you wear, okay, it is fated. Now, that's not true. As you know that if you follow Chinese astrology, if you follow my way, is that at the end of the day, okay, we can actually strive, okay, to be the best in our level, in our game. We can always strive. It is not fated. If it's fated, then why are we striving so hard in life itself? Okay, why don't you just sit around? Since everything is fated, you try to sit around. Since you are fated to die at 59, you sit from now until 59 and see, okay, whether you die earlier or not. You do nothing, you don't work, you don't even put in effort to actually cari makan or find food or whatever. All right? So therefore, a lot of mental state issues, a lot of, in a way, belief, okay, systems in the society now is also limiting us, okay, to actually grow further, to elevate ourselves, okay, into making more money or mastery success, okay. So during this weekend workshops itself, right, I'll be, in a way, highlighting to you this particular topic. And of course, I'm going to share with you now here. It's like, everyone wants to consider, everyone that we see, like this 2 days itself, right, I've seen numerous consultations, right, back to back. And a lot of people are concerned about their career, they're concerned about their wealth, okay? But the thing is, okay, every time when I give them the strategy of they need to work on, then they come with but. Okay, right? They always have a but, okay? I can't do this, but I can't do that. Whenever you have this mentality, that is a limiting belief. Now, the first thing is a lot of people feels that, okay, it is not easy to make money. Now, that mentality needs to go, because in this workshop itself, right, I'm going to question you, do you know how much money are there in the world? Okay? Because it's like a lot of times people say, oh, it's not difficult, it's not easy, okay? Right? It's like, no, the economy is no good. Once you see this particular, in a way, news, all right? When you see news and when people talk about it, you immediately capture this belief and you make it your own. Okay, you believe that, oh yeah, it's not easy to make money. Oh, you have a career, please stick to it. Okay, stick to your job. Don't do anything stupid. Don't even bother to change your job because economy no good. Have you heard people talk about that? Especially for the past 2 years when the COVID actually strikes. But that's not true. You see, money is circulating in the world itself, okay, with this amount. Right? The money is there. In fact, every year, it adds on, okay? If I'm not mistaken, okay, when I started this particular program last year, when I do the research, okay, the total money in the world itself, okay, circulating in the world, that includes physical money and money deposited in bank accounts, okay, all right, and all those like, checking accounts and all that, it was like about like 38 trillion, if I'm not mistaken. It was last year. But this year itself, you have USD 40 trillion. It grows, all right? The amount of money in the world grows. And you see, this 40 trillion, right, okay, it is circulating in the world. It's energy. Money is energy. You have to first understand that. Because if not, right, no matter how you go to elevations of wealth or whatever, masterclass or astrology class or activating or feng shui, whatever, if you do not understand this concept, how are you going to make more money? Because in the first place, you don't even know what do you have out there, okay? You still have the belief that it's like, oh, money is difficult, okay? Economy is no good. I don't care. Whatever the year, good or no good, this money is out there. Now, the question is, okay, this money falls into whose pocket? That's it, all right? Because this money, you won't, like, suddenly, because of COVID, suddenly the worth of the money in the world itself suddenly become 20 trillion. No, it doesn't happen like that, because this energy has been out there and it keeps circulating from accounts to accounts, from pockets to pockets, okay? From different individual to different individual. And it will collectively be there, okay? Just like any other energy level as well. All right, so therefore, this one we must know, because if we don't understand this, that's when people say it's like, oh, economy no good, it's hard to find money, you better keep to your job or whatever. What is so difficult to find? The problem is not because there's no money out there. The problem is because we are the problem. We ourselves are the problem. You are the problem. You have to wake up, because there's really no point for you to come to a workshop if you have not even waken up, okay, from it. All right, and you know that this is in cash, okay, in accounts and all that. Now, this is the money in form, okay, of investments, okay, derivatives and cryptocurrencies. You know, everyone nowadays, okay, playing with cryptocurrencies, right? So all this accumulated, you have USD, okay, the amount of 1.3 quadrillion. You talk about crypto, you talk about investments, property, all sorts, okay, of wealth, okay, of value, okay, in the word itself, you have 1.3 quadrillion. You can search about this, okay, because people do research, okay. This is in facts, okay. This is science fact. People actually do data and research about it, okay. So the thing is now, why must we know about this, okay? Because for me is, okay, I believe that the money is swimming around everywhere out there. Okay, so our purpose is like, first we have to realize it. Secondly, we make ourselves capable. Okay, we have to be useful. We have to be someone capable. And that is when we use Chinese astrology to help us. Chinese astrology is not something magical. You come to the class, you pay some money, ta-da, you become wealthy. It won't happen that way. But Chinese astrology gives us the awareness to know our own truth, our reality. What is our weakness? What is our blockages? What is our fear? What is stopping me to go out there to actually get a part of this money, which is part of the world, because it's part of energy. How can I attract this energy and make more? So that is the purpose of astrology. But if we want to actually make use of astrology, we need to know what is out there in the first place, right? Because if we do not know how much is there in the first place, and we do not know what is our blockages, how are we going to use this particular tool to guide and to help ourselves? So we'll talk about this. And of course, for those of you who are wondering, how much is 40 trillion? Now, it looks something like this. Okay? Oh, sorry. Okay? It looks something like this. Now, this is the total cash money in the world. USD, 40 trillion. Okay? You can say that, oh, yeah, it is not that much. Okay? Right? Okay? It is not that much. Okay? The wealth, you see, the total wealth, assets, cryptocurrencies, the properties, okay? And all the investments, okay? The share markets and all the things that we talk about, total 1.3 quadrillion USD. Now, the thing is, if we divide this amount, okay, probably some of you need some time to calculate the zeros, okay, all right, but all this information is not created out, you can search on it, okay, because people somehow, in a way, make research, okay, all these are in numbers, okay, so somehow, okay, if you take this particular number itself, okay, and divide it with the world population, the world population means that once you were born, okay, that you are just newborn to the age of probably 90 plus and all that, that's all counted as the world population. Up to date itself, we have 7.9 billion people, okay, 7.9 billion people. Averagely, okay, if I count this out, averagely, okay, right, on Earth itself, everyone should have at least about 164,000 plus in worth, all right? Now, how many of us, I'm sure probably all of you here, okay, easily you have this amount, okay, 164,000 plus of worth, okay, net worth, okay, it's not difficult, okay, but the thing is, okay, right now we are saying that it is divided equally, you know, with all the old grannies and all the young babies, okay, who are not even capable to actually stand up for themselves, okay, that's average. But you and I here, okay, who has the academic, in a way, I would say, quality, okay, right, all the qualifications, academic qualifications, we have the mindset, we have the energy, okay, right, we have the energy. If you have the energy to tune into this Facebook, I assume that you have the energy to go out and make more money, right, okay? So if you try to actually see, all right, one of you, how many other people, like all those kids are a few years old, newborn, old people, okay, all their wealth itself and their assets can be part of yours, you know, remember that, okay? Because in equal share, everyone in the world should have at least 160 over 1,000 worth of money. And I'm talking about USD, it's not Malaysian ringgit. Don't talk about Malaysian ringgit like I said, all right? But the thing is, we're talking about USD. Every one of us should easily have that. And in order for you to actually take down one other person to get more, to just double your value, You just have to, in a way, take down one weaker person. It can be some old grannies or some young dudes, okay? And you take them down, you have 300 over 1,000 USD, okay? It's not that difficult. Is it that difficult? But the thing is, why is it so many people are still suffering? Why is it like so many people still in a way feels that, oh, it's difficult to find money, it's all, you can't even in a way get a job, or you can't even in a way do a business, okay, properly. So the thing is, it's not about the money, okay? It's also not about the competition, okay? It's definitely about ourselves. Can you see it? All right. So as long as we have that problem, I can tell you, no matter where you go to, what consults you seek, okay, what classes you go, you cannot in a way break through, okay, right? Until you realize. That's why this Elevate Your Wealth Masterclass is all about breaking through and strategizing into how to make yourself better, how to actually create success, a better success in your life by using all this Chinese astrology tool to show us, okay, the reality. What is it within myself that I have to work on in order for me to now go out there, okay, and actually in a way master more of this wealth energy. All right. So now, even in Malaysia itself, I always tell, okay, like people are worried, okay, as in, oh, I can't find business, you go, I started a business, or I started consulting, like many of you are my students here, right, okay, I keep on encouraging you all to go out and consult and say, oh, it's not easy, I couldn't find client, it's not that you couldn't, you do not want to, that's all, story, end of the story. It's a story that you tell yourself, remember, the 3 stages of breakthrough, okay? It's not that you can't, because in Malaysia alone, we have 33.8 million people. And thanks to COVID and the pandemic, now we are not accessing only to local clients, you know. Right, anytime if you do consultations, if you are hardworking enough, right, okay, many of you here are not Malaysians. People who are tuning into my consults, to my classes and all that, many of them are not Malaysians, okay? You can direct reach out, okay, to the populations of the world. But why on earth are you telling me that you cannot make a business? All right, so we have 33.8 million people. You try to divide this, okay, into like, in a way, maybe like, you know, if I work, you try to do the calculations for me, okay, maybe Nicole can help me do, okay. All right, so now I'm 46. Let's say, for instance, I work for another 30 years, until I'm 76, okay, if not enough, 40 years until I'm 86. 40 years itself, right, you take, okay, so 40 years now, 33.8 million, I guess, 338, then plus 50. You have to tell her plus how many zeros. So 338 plus 50. That's Nicole. Okay. All right. So plus 50. And then you divide, okay, by 40. That is 40 years. Okay. Out of so many people, imagine if I want to do consultations. Okay. Right. Out of 40 years. Okay. What is the number if I divide by 40? Oh, she have not calculated. Anyone can help me to calculate? All right. Gong Yu is not around. Okay. 338 with 50. Yeah, okay, bear with me lah, okay, see, okay, my sweet girl. All right, so altogether in 40 years itself, right, if I divide 1 year, I have to see 845,000 people. I can see if I want to cover the whole entire population of Malaysia. As of now, every year itself, I have to see how many? 845,000 people, you know, 1 year. How can I see this? Divide by 365. 1 day, I have to see how many people as a client. All right, so divided by 365, every day I have to see 2,315 clients. How to see? So why are people so afraid? So no business now, they cannot target like this market, no one wants to buy. See, when no one wants to buy from you, when there's no business, whose problem is that? It's our problem, okay? Because if you only target Malaysia populations, right, doing merely consultation, okay, for the rest of my 40 years upcoming, all right, I need to actually do 2,000 over client per day. How to do 2,000 over client per day? All right, you ask me to do more than 5 clients also, I feel that it's like, no way, I'm losing my purpose already. There's no point, like, no way, doing all the consultations without life, right? It's all work-life balance, right? So if you want to tell me that you cannot find business, okay, you cannot make the money, it's irrelevant. It's our mindset. Something within a chart tells us that we have certain blockages in the chart that keeps on telling you this type of story. Okay, so you have to stop that. Now you see in histories itself, why we need astrology? Because it's like, I have done a research. Do you know that in histories itself, okay, the most powerful people, okay? The most powerful people, the most successful people in human histories itself, right, okay, are related to China. Even though the most successful ones are not technically Chinese, okay? But it's up to now also they are considered part of the Chinese community, okay? So you know that, right, these are what we call is like the most, how come I cannot press, okay? Do you know that there are actually trillionaires, okay, on Earth history itself? Okay, now you talk about billionaires. We have a lot of billionaires, okay, rising to the top, okay, taking each other's, okay, on the first position or whatever, okay. You have Elon Musk, okay, right? Who else is always like Jeff Bezos, okay, and all these things. But in human history itself, right, okay, we have actually had 6 trillionaires, okay, and the first and second one, okay, and you see the amount estimated. Again, all this you can just Google and research. I just compile all this thing and I give it to you, okay, but you can just search for it. Now, see, Genghis Khan also is a one, okay, in a way, even though he's Mongolian, but overall itself, he actually, in a way, started the Yuan dynasty, okay, and he, in a way, like how to say, bring, okay, what we call now the China together, because those days itself, it is all separated with different dynasty, okay, so he's the person who actually brings it together, and you see, he is the person in histories, okay, being labeled as the richest person in history, okay, and then of course, secondarily, this is in the, if I'm not mistaken, the Zhao dynasty, okay, right, Zhao Shi itself, okay, with estimated wealth of 30 trillion. And of course, now you get Akbar the Great, okay, and you get also from Egypt, Amenhotep, okay, of course, Augustus Caesar, you have heard about him, and King Solomon. But you see the difference in wealth itself, okay, there are great difference. Comparatively, okay, this is about like 4 to 6 trillion. Right, compared to, in a way, just now when we talk about Genghis Khan, okay, it's about 100 trillion, all right? That is the amount of assets and wealth, okay, calculated up to now with whatever that they have fought for and owned. And one thing that you can see here, most of these people, if not all, at least the first two, they are what? They are warriors. They are generals, okay? And you can see in histories itself, you can see that, okay, Zhao Shi and also, in a way, Genghis Khan, right? They are famous for what? Military arts. Okay, they're famous for it. People are debating whether Genghis Khan did actually study the Sun Tzu art of war or not, okay, because people actually studies his tactics, okay, in terms of his war, how he can actually go out there and conquer so many, in a way, empires and land. All right, he have conquered all the way even up to Russians and all that, okay, doesn't have a good name lah, all right, in terms of history to the Russians, but he has done that. And he is famous is because his deployment of strategies or the war tactics, okay? Therefore, even up to now, people believe that, okay, a lot of his deceiving manipulations of tactics and all these things are very related to the Sun Tzu art of war. Therefore, okay, in this particular Elevate Your Wealth, right, it's also a workshop where how we can relate our parts chart to part, it's not really Sun Tzu art of war, but the 36 stratagem. Do you know that 36 stratagem are in a way connected? We are part of it. You're connected with our affinity, with our charts, okay? So in this Elevate Your Wealth itself, that is something that we are going to look into. And of course, this is for your information, all right? And then next thing is, okay, we also need to understand in this particular workshop itself is why business fails. Why? What is the reason? What actually makes businesses fail? You can see, right, okay, right, everyone in a way, okay, somehow think about like starting up a business. Everyone somehow thought, or at least have started some business. You go into, right, you know, the company registrations, registrar and all that. You can see that, okay, they are actually list every day. People are registering, okay, for businesses. You see whether she wants to go to the toilet or not, okay? Right, every day it's like, no, people are registering for new businesses. But most of all these businesses cannot last, all right? So why is it so? It's like, why business fails in the first place, okay? Now, business fails in overall, you can actually see this, okay? Now, the bigger the gap, okay, of the problem, the sooner the businesses will fail. And what is it so? It's like, no, business fail is because, okay, we are not aligned. All business owner, okay, are not aligned with their truth and reality. You see, what we wish, okay, everyone wish to be a millionaire. Everyone wish that their business will actually kick off. Everyone wants to start something, okay, and they think and they believe that it should actually kick off. I'm sure that all business owners believe in that in the first place, or else they won't be dumping like a few millions into starting a business, because they wish or they believe that they should be able to make it. Now, the problem is, okay, the bigger the gap between what they wish and what they think it should turn out to be, right, comparing to what is the truth and the reality which is reflected in their chart, the bigger the gap, the sooner your business fails. Right, okay, because that's why you see, it's like a lot of people start something without really knowing themselves, okay? And you know that from the ancient classics up to now, people always say, know yourself, know your enemy, 100 wars, 100 victories, all right? But the thing is, a lot of people do not know. You do not know your truth, you do not know your reality. So in this particular workshop, the purpose is through your Chinese astrology chart to find out, hey, what is your problem? Okay, what is your reality? Okay, if you are weak at something, if you are in no way, you fail certain aspect of your life itself, it means that you have to learn that first. You have to master that first. If you don't master it, no matter what businesses, okay, that you tend to start off, it will also fail, because the bigger the gap, remember, the bigger the problem, the sooner it fails. All right. So therefore, in this particular weekend's class itself, we will talk about business growth checklist. Okay. It means that based on your chart. Okay. Now, those of you who know Chinese astrology, if you have learned Bazi, you know that there's this particular aspect from our chart itself. It's called the 12 growth phases. Okay, right? Maybe some of you who study Bazi before, you will know. So through the 12 growth phases, we're going to identify, okay, the business and the career growth stages as personal key advancements in different years itself. Okay, different luck pillar. What is it that you have to focus on? Okay, and naturally in your chart, what is your weakness? What are the parts that we need to master first before we can be successful? Because you see, at the end of the day, it's all mastery, right? Mastery means is that we have to master our destiny, master our life. But if there are certain skills and talents or even strength, if we do not even master them, how are we going to actually be successful? Okay, so we use the 12 growth phrases, okay, to look into the 12 different stages of mastery and different luck pillar in our natal chart when we need to focus and emphasize on what skills, okay? And that is all this is actually in a way part of the business growth checklist. Because you have to check, okay, whether or not as a person in terms of your career or in terms of the business itself, are you growing or not? Because in life itself, there's only two choices. Either you grow or you die. Right? Because either you expand or you shrink. Okay, eventually if you keep shrinking, you will die. You will get diminished, right? So this is the things that we are going to look into. And how to look into that, of course, we'll be looking into your chart. We'll look into your, in a way, like natal chart itself. We'll look into your luck pillar and also the annual pillar. So you need to learn every year itself. What is your growth checklist? Okay, so these are the things that we're going to cover using the 12 growth phrases. Okay, so those of you who sign up, these are the things that you'll be expecting. And of course, we'll also talk about the 5 decisive factors of success. And of course, this is from the Sun Tzu Art of War, okay? All right, it's the 5 decisive factors of wars, because you know that in real life now, in reality, okay, career, businesses, okay, all this is part of war. We have 40 trillion USD, okay, cash floating around. We need to have the strategy to see how to actually, in a way, right, okay, somehow, I would say, control this wealth. How can we actually make this wealth becomes ours? That is war, okay? That's how we define success. And of course, altogether, there are 5 decisive factors and how to see it from your chart, okay? Right, you have like, Dou Tian Dei Zhang Fa lah, okay? This is part of the Sun Tzu Art of War. So from your chart also, we need to identify, okay, which of these 5 parts, okay, or 5 factors of wars itself, okay, that determine our success based on our astrology chart. And of course, finally, but not finally, we're going to talk about the 36 stratagems, okay? So how to actually, in a way, match the 36 stratagems, which is in a way demarcated into 6 different groups, using the 36 stratagems itself, okay, in relation to our earthly branches execution. Now, execution means here that it's all attacking strategy most of the time. But if, let's say, for instance, there are certain years, okay, when we are not ready to attack, we retreat. Okay, so all these are actually using the 36 stratagems in relating to our earthly branches, and we want to see what are the stratagems that is best used or deployed by us. If we are not deploying it, at least we need to know it because we have affinity with that stratagem. It means that if we are not using it, okay, for whatsoever reason, we have to know it so that other people cannot use it on us. Okay, so that is the purpose of, in a way, matching the 36 stratagems into our parter chart. And of course, the whole session itself will end with Feng Shui, Qi activation, circulation, and manipulations. As you know that if you do activation of Feng Shui, right, okay, there are at least 3 components. Either you activate, you circulate, or you manipulate. Okay, and from here, we'll talk about how to use Feng Shui and Parter to Zhe-wan, borrow lah. Those of you who attended last year, okay, you have actually listened to this before. Okay, that is manipulations of Qi. How can we bring forward, okay, energy from the future? How does it relate the upcoming 10 years, okay, in our life itself, okay? How can we, in a way, attract those energy towards our current moment? Then I already mentioned, all these are most powerful or most useful since last year and this year because now we are at the transition, the opening of the Grand Centurion portal. So we will use the Feng Shui Qi activations, okay, part itself, okay, as the final part of the particular program together with date selection. Means all of you will be given a set of dates, okay, right, the remaining months of 2022 and also the months of 2023, so that now you know how to actually select an auspicious date to do your Feng Shui Qi activation, circulation, and manipulation, which includes the deployment of the formulas, what we call the 5 goals, carry treasure, because it's all wealth related. All right, so those of you who sign up for this weekend, this is what you are getting, because I know I got feedback from my team. It's like, actually, Jessie, what is this weekend class about? People has been asking for it. All right, so in case you have signed up for it, these are the things that you'll be getting, so that now I purposely want to do a Facebook, okay, live like this. Then after this, they can actually send this particular link itself to the people who have registered and they can watch over this, okay? So that's the reason I come out with this particular topic. And I'm sure with this topic also, I hope that it opens up your mind. Remember, at the end of the day, if we want success, okay, it's all about only strategy. If you want something, it can happen. Don't give yourself limiting stories as in, oh, but the economy is no good. Yeah, if you fail in a business, it's because, yeah, you can't sell because, yeah, okay, the location is not strategic. The economy is no good. It's not that problem. The problem is us. We are the problem. Okay, it's not about the economy no good, because no matter how bad is the economy, 40 trillion USD circling in the world. Okay, it is like, imagine all this wealth or all this cash itself, right? It's only cash, not even wealth. Okay, wealth is 1.3 quadrillion USD. All right, so 40 trillion USD are swimming all over, all around us. Okay, it just depends on whether we are ready, okay, to actually tackle some of it, all right, with us, or we are ready to strategize, okay, so that we can master more of this wealth. All right, so I hope that with this like short and sweet Facebook Live, it answers some of your questions, okay, and I purposely, in a way, like create this particular Facebook Live itself so that my team can now send this particular video recording, Facebook Live session itself to the people who has already registered. All right, so that now you know what to expect, okay, in this coming up like 3 days course starting on this Saturday. All right, so thank you so much, okay, to all of you. As I mentioned, today's session itself is short and sweet. I do have like something to launch and something to sell to you, which is the Star Equilibrium pendant. All right, so yeah, many of you has been asking me, okay, about this particular pendant itself, right? We have 2 sizes, the big one and the small one. The big one is like no measuring diameter, is about 3 cm times 3 cm, and the small one is 1.5 cm times 1.5 cm. It's all made of 750 18K gold, all right, with 2 colors. It means it's plated into 2 colors because there's meaning to it. So if you want to know more about the meaning of the pendant and all that, you can scan on the QR code, go into the web page itself, okay, where you can read about it. To be more detailed and precise, you can search my previous Facebook Live, okay, in a way like explaining thoroughly about this particular pendants. What can it do? What are the meaning? Every single symbol here has a meaning. All right, so if you're thinking to get one, all right, you can only collect. Remember, collection is self-collection. We cannot send it overseas, right? Unless you are traveling or you're planning to travel to Malaysia, you want to get one, then you can get one. We can reserve one for you. But collection only after 20th of August, okay? We will stop the selling of the pendants, okay, on first come first serve basis, means that when it is sold out, or we will actually stop selling it by latest on the 2nd of August. All right, so after that, okay, we will be blessing, all right, the pendants itself, and you can collect it after 20th of August. So the small one is 635, okay, right, inclusive of GST, and the big one is 3688 excluding GST. You can go into the link and check, okay. So if you think that this particular pendant calls to you, you want to own one, okay, that in conjunction with the August I would say blessings, okay, right, then you can actually, like, in a way, start purchasing it, because we have just launched it. All right, so thank you so much, okay, to all of you, right? Thank you for your time. Thank you for staying with me. If you have not, in a way, shared this particular session out, I really hope that you can help me to share this session out. And those of you, if I see your name, okay, I don't see Elena replying to me, okay, or Amy replying to me. All right, so yep, summons ID. Oh, you got one of the pendant as well, right? Thank you for getting it. Yeah. All right. So I really, this pendant is all in a way, like, in a way, inspired by me. It was created by me. Okay. Right. Whenever I have inspirations, I will then sketch out, okay, some symbols, okay, and some meanings to a pendant, and then after that manifest it into reality. Okay. So I put a lot of course, love, intention, okay, and also a lot of energy into each and every one of the pendant creations that I've done. All right, so thank you so much, Elena. I'm still waiting, okay, for to see you, okay, massively in action. Right, the good news is I'm not sure whether it's good news or not, but Anne is having her final exam, okay, this week. She will finish by next week, and after that I will pressure her to come up with an event, on-ground event, so that all my dear students here, okay, you have attended tarot or puzzle with me, you have a platform to do a short consultations and a short readings, okay, for the public or participants who attend, okay, the event itself. So I can provide the platform for you, I can encourage you, I can give you the information, but you have to take the action yourself. All right, so remember, if you want success, you want to elevate your wealth, you want anything in your life to be able to master it to the highest level, you need to know yourself, break through, okay, eliminates your fear, and starts with massive action. Okay, right? I like that emoji, Elena. All right, so Amy, okay, if you're still here tuning in, okay, I'm very proud of you. Continue on, okay, keep going. And Mei Yong, eventually, if you listen to this also, yeah, okay, I am also very proud of you. And of course, Ice and Mr. Lim, Serious Bride in Singapore, your turn will come, okay? I will be pressuring you, okay? You know, like, I'm very naggy one. Okay, all right, thank you so much to all of you. Shok Yi, I know you give me a lot of likes, okay? I have not forgotten about you. Your next test is Bazi consultation. All right, thank you so much to all of you. Okay, have a great evening ahead. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. And those of you who sign up for the Elevate Your Wealth Masterclass, I will see you this Saturday. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, Stephanie, you're there. Okay, Stephanie also very good. Okay, Stephanie is very independent already. All right, she's part of our consultant. She have started from a long time, and I see her, she's also doing in a way, putting a lot of effort, okay, to actually go on social media, to brand herself, to write things, to share, okay, information with others, okay. Well done, Stephanie, but she's senior lah, okay. So now I'm looking at all the juniors here. Okay, thank you so much, okay, all of you. Bye bye, good night, take care, see you.